Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question to the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
It's time for Coffee Ann here on ON Radio, Tuesday morning, May 21st. And thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Across the table from me, Ed Carew is here from the Carew Investment Group. Hi, Ed.
Hello there.
And Linda Tebow is joining us as well. Good morning to you, Linda.
Good morning.
Nice to have both of you here with us. And before we jump into the important stuff, let's get the more important stuff from Ed Carew. A first message from the Carew Investment Group. Ed's got news.
I got news
about Carew Investment Group, so pay attention. Go ahead, Ed.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I'll give you that part of it before I go into the other thing. That way there I was like... Today is going to be the first day in our new office.
He moved the office. How about that?
Yeah, our lease is up shortly, and we've decided to move to another office. Our new office is going to be at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland.
Okay.
So it's only about 5 miles from
down the road.
It's not far.
Down the road
it's
a
easy
piece.
to get to.
Yeah.
There are 4 professional buildings in that. Actually, the sign outside says 2170, but our building is 2190.
All right.
I know what you are.
Yeah, it's next to where it used to be the Jerry Lewis Theater. You probably remember that from years ago.
Yeah.
I guess it's a liquor store now. I really didn't pay too much attention to what was next door.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's going to be our first day there today. Hopefully the phones will be working.
And the computers.
And the computers work, but they may not be connected to the internet until Verizon shows up.
Oh, that'll be an issue.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on
thank
the
you.
move.
Thank you. All right. So anyway, Ed Carew here of the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road, Cumberland, Rhode Island. Our phone number remains the same, 765-8880. And if you're looking for an investment firm to put you first and works hard on your behalf, I'd like you to consider us. You don't have to go far to find an experienced advisor or work with an advisor based in Boston or New York or somewhere else that you're probably never going to get to see this person. We encourage you to come to our office and sit down with us as often as you like. We like seeing you. We like to see our clients and get to know them on a more personal basis. So if you're interested in speaking with us, give us a call at 765-8880 for a free, no obligation appointment, and we'll see what we can do to help you. Securities are offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
So did someone put a note on your old door? We've moved.
Did someone put a note under the door?
No, on your door at the old place in case
no.
someone shows up.
I don't know.
And now it's dark.
I'll have to ask Paul if he did that yesterday.
Someone put a note on the door.
That would be a good idea. Yeah.
Come see us at this location.
Yeah.
But the phone number's still the same, so that works out well.
Yeah.
So great. All righty. And so congratulations on the move. So that's fantastic.
Thank you.
So other things going on. So Linda,
Yes.
this is one of the things wrong with healthcare here in the United States. And as you can tell, I sound awful. And I know I sound awful.
Yeah.
And I've sounded this way for 11 days.
I know.
And so it all happened when I got back from my trip to Florida. So on May 10th, I said, "All right, time to go to urgent care." Mm-hmm. And I went to an urgent care, and they said it sounds like you're having an attack of pollen. You came from a place that didn't have any. You came back up here. It's got a lot, and they're fighting, and the pollen's winning. So they gave me some Flonase, a prescription for it, and some Vicks saline mist. Here, try this and see if it helps. 10 days later, it hasn't helped. Not getting any better. Mm-mm. So I said the smart thing to do now, since I've already been to urgent care, I should call my primary care physician.
Bingo.
And go in and see her.
Yeah.
That would be the smart thing to do.
Yes.
So I called the doctor's office yesterday, and I told her what's going on. And I said, I really would like to get in to see you today. Squeeze me in at the end of the day. It's fine with me. And they went back and said, no. I said, how about any time this week? No. How about a week from today? No. It was constantly no. When's your earliest? In a month.
You need to switch.
Well, the problem is there's a shortage of doctors
I
and
know,
like that,
yeah.
so I don't want to go through that headache again. But that's what they said. A week from today is sometime in June. And I said, thanks. Hung up the phone. Now it's back to urgent care. And that's here's the problem with the healthcare. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that's run into this, but now it's doctors' offices that are basically forcing you to go to urgent care or the emergency room. I didn't really think this was an emergency.
Yeah, no.
Nothing was broke. Nothing's on
No.
fire.
No.
No heart attack. So I'm trying to stay away from that. But you go to any urgent care, and they're all crowded because there's people like myself that can't get in to see their doctor, but need to be seen by somebody.
Yeah.
By the way, went there yesterday, told them what's going on. They had the notes from the last time I was there, and now they think it's a sinus infection.
Well,
I'm
probably is.
Right.
Because many of the allergic reactions from pollen end
Yeah.
up with a sinus infection. So now you're on an antibiotic.
I am.
Bingo.
As a matter of fact, I am.
Bingo.
They said, keep up the Flonase.
Yeah.
The mist, if you
Yeah.
want to use it, fine.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's not really doing anything for you.
Yeah.
I said, I'm so stuffed up. I'm so congested.
Yeah.
I said, as soon as you sprayed in the mist, I had to have a tissue nearby because it never went anywhere
Yeah.
because it's so blocked. It just came running back out.
Yeah.
I go, I don't think it's doing anything.
No.
It's not.
No.
So,
No.
okay. So, but that's the problem. I see that as a problem.
Well, yeah. Look for another primary care
Well,
doctor.
I could do
because
I could do that.
Have you gone to that primary care doctor for a long time?
No, maybe for about a year.
Yeah.
I've only seen her 3 times.
Yeah.
so-
Maybe is she in private practice, just her, or is she in a
Oh no,
partnership?
it's a group.
It's a group.
Yeah.
Well, gee, maybe that you could have seen somebody else in the group.
I did. After I got my third no.
Yeah. No,
I
I
didn't
get
even wanna
that.
go
No,
down
I
that,
get it. I get it. And and I have to tell you,
road.
that's not the doctors. That's the people that are doing this on the
Yeah, on the
computer and
computers.
finding you up. But one would think that they would try to fit you in with somebody in the group, maybe their
Yeah.
nurse practitioner
Yeah,
or something.
Yeah.
physician's
Because
assistant or something.
so many of them, well, I like the nurse practitioners myself,
Well-
but no, because you know why? Because they can practice independently,
Yeah.
but PA has to work under the.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I would have thought, since you are a patient of theirs, that they would have tried to fit you in somewhere in the group.
I would have taken.
Then maybe you need another group.
I would have taken 455.
Right? No,
or
I get that.
530. Whatever's whoever's
Yeah.
the last person.
Yeah.
Make me the last person.
Yeah.
That fine with me.
Yeah.
And so, but because I was spoiled, growing up, well, my later teen years, my mom, who was also a registered nurse,
Yeah.
worked for a private doctor. He was his only person, so he became my primary care physician. And whenever I needed to see him,
He's
all
there.
all I had to do was call my
Yeah.
mother,
Yeah.
and she said, "Come on in."
Well,
Every single
no,
time.
and that's the
But those
thing.
days are
yeah.
over, and I understand
And
that.
the thing is, those people answering the phone are receptionists,
Yeah,
so they're not inclined. They're
they're not
not.
gonna
they're
go
not,
ask.
They're not medical. They're not
Right.
medical people.
it's funny because the first person I called wasn't even at the doctor's office. I don't know where I here's the number, but I don't
Working
know where
from
it
home.
went. And they said, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
They said, well, we're going to have to send because I told them what I wanted. We're going to have to send a message to the actual doctor's office, and they're going to have to call you.
Oh, you need to find another group.
Well,
Or
this is
another.
all an offshoot of Stewart Healthcare. And,
Oh, that's right. You're in Massachusetts.
yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
okay.
not that they're
Yeah.
involved with
Yeah.
it's not involved with the hospitals, but it's just Stewart. And,
Yeah. And
maybe I could switch.
the coming back into pollens, but I know so many people that fly,
Yeah,
and when they come home, they're sick.
they're sick.
And so, I know after COVID, they were really careful of cleaning their vents and their filters and everything. But many people get sick from flying.
It could have been that. Sure.
Not just the pollens,
Yeah.
and perhaps, another thing I think that don't wait 10 days, because if they've given you something, it's a practice. You know,
Well, they
you know,
told me
after a few days, it should be having some effect
Yeah.
for you.
they told me it will take a couple of days for it to kick in.
Yeah,
but they also
not 10.
But they also said the prescription is actually for 10 days. So if
Yeah.
nothing after then, come back.
Well,
and
yeah,
try
but I
something
don't
else.
know. Yeah, but don't ever wait 10 days, people. Go back in 4 or 5 days. Yeah.
But I'm enjoying this not being able to breathe kind of stuff.
Well,
It's
it
great.
makes you so weary because you can't sleep, right?
That's the tough
you know,
part.
that's the tough
Because
part.
you gotta
sure.
breathe through your mouth.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
entire night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fun. So
Well,
we'll
I'm
see,
glad you
we'll see.
finally got an antibiotic.
We'll see how it goes. Oh, and when you went back to urgent care, did I see a doctor? No.
Did you see the nurse practitioner?
Nurse practitioner
Yeah. yeah.
comes to see. Okay.
Yeah.
It was what's disheartening, and I even said this to my wife who went with me. You know, we're in the waiting room, and we were there for an hour.
Wow.
When we finally got in to see somebody,
Wow.
I said, watch this. When someone does finally show up, less than 5 minutes, and it was less than 5 minutes, and we were out the door.
That's why they call it urgent care.
I'm like,
Quick.
I go, what? How come it took us an hour to get in?
Right. No, exactly.
So, but-
exactly.
And one more thing on waiting room, doctor's office waiting rooms. Now they've all put TVs into their waiting rooms now. All right, every single one I've been into, all has HGTV on the TV. So I'm forced to watch,
Yeah.
unless I look away. You know, home remodeling
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
every single time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking, is it because more women go to the doctors and that's what they want to see?
I don't know.
I'm like, can we please put out an ESPN for a little bit?
Yeah.
a
They
little.
may not have that. They may just
Maybe they don't.
They must
they may
just have.
just have a couple of stations, or you know, it might be a direct feed to that.
Just that. I don't know. Because I'm thinking, because I go to, the dentist I go to has when you go into their area where they're going to work on you, they've got a TV in the wall in front of you and on the ceiling.
Yeah. Mine
And then
does
they
too.
ask
They
me,
ask, what do you want to see?
what channel do you want to watch? There's like 50 to choose from.
Right. Yeah.
ESPN is fine.
Yeah.
Which is odd in the dentist office because once they start working on you, you can't see or hear
Here.
what's going on the television because
They're trying to-
they're in the way.
They're trying to distract you.
Well, now all you can see is them,
Yeah.
and you got a little bit of the corner of the TV. I said, can't see what's going on now. But, all right, enough of my medical woes. Moving on to other things. After 3 years, the T in Boston finally opened up the commuter rail station to South Attleboro.
Yes, it took a long time.
3 years.
3 years, yeah.
Because the platform,
Right.
the
there was
pedestrian platform that was linking the platforms, they looked at it and said, "Hey, this is unsafe." It took
Well, it
them
was all
3
rusty.
Yeah.
It was rusty.
And if you haven't been down there,
No,
I
no.
have.
Yeah,
It's
no.
down by, it's on Route 1. There's a Cardi's Furniture there, and there's a
Oh,
Market Basket.
Okay. Yeah.
Newport Ave.
Yeah, yeah.
It's that's where it is.
Yeah.
And I have driven by it, and I said, it just looks ugly.
Yeah.
If you look at all the other T stations, not bad. This one looks like all rusted steel, looking like it's going to fall down.
Oh, yeah. I remember seeing pictures of. No, I go to Franklin if I'm going
Okay.
to take the train.
But so they have finally they deemed it so unsafe it had to be torn down, and now pedestrians don't have to cross the railroad tracks to board the trains. How unsafe is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just cross the tracks.
Just a little
Just
behind the
cross
time.
the
That's why I go to
tracks.
Franklin.
Don't lay down along the way.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Don't trip.
Yikes. You're right.
And don't think you can make it. When the horn goes off and that automated voice comes on, the train's approaching. They're not kidding.
They're not.
And it could be the Acela. And sometimes
that
the
one's
Acela doesn't stop.
Yeah, yikes.
It's coming in at 60 miles an hour. It slows down a little to about 60 when it's not stopping. So, but for the people that have to use that one, so good for them.
Yeah.
That has finally reopened. All right, we're going to take our first break here of the Coffee and Program. So we're going to give the microphone back to Ed Carew. And if you missed his announcement at the beginning, I'm sure Ed will tell you once again about what's going on with the Carew Investment Group. Go ahead, Ed.
Okay, thanks again, Joe. Good morning again, everyone. The announcement, of course, is that we are moving our office today. We'll be in our new office at 2190 Menden Road in Cumberland. It's people that are familiar with Mendon Road, if you know where the Cumberland House of Pizza is, and you know where the Cumberland Plaza is, where Seabra Market is, it's between
You're right in the middle.
there. Yeah, we're near where the right next to where the old Jerry Lewis Theater used to be. I believe it's a liquor store now. There's, nice office buildings over there. Come on down and see us. Today may not be a good day to do that, though.
You might be arguing with Verizon.
All right.
I'm telling you, it doesn't work.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Now I'll do the regular commercial,
Okay.
right? Okay. Integrity, trust, and service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, give us a call at 765-8880. That didn't change. Integrity, trust, and service, the Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
All right, Ed, thank you. And more of the Coffee and program coming up. Call in your comments and questions at 766-1240.
Now, how many businesses in Woonsocket can you name that have recently tripled in size? Now, one comes to mind right away. Woonsocket Discount Liquors, formerly Champs Liquors. You know, the walls were kind of closing in with our location down on Clinton Street, so they moved up to the Woonsocket Plaza on Diamond Hill Road. Lots of rooms there. Changed their name to Woonsocket Discount Liquors. Tripling their size means that you have a much wider selection to choose from at Woonsocket Discount Liquors, next to Burlington Coat Factory on Diamond Hill Road in the Woonsocket Plaza, Woonsocket.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
We're local and live at 99.5.
And it's Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. We did get a press release from the city of Woonsocket. There will be a Memorial Day observance taking place at World War II Veterans Memorial Park. You must know about this, Linda. Coming
I
up
do.
on Monday,
Yeah.
May 27th at 11 in the morning. Will you be taking part in any of
Well,
this?
no,
Anybody
because
from
we're
the
going to be at
seniors?
the North Smithfield
Oh, there.
parade. We have a
You
parade.
have a parade on that
We have
day.
a
Okay.
parade on that day.
All
yeah.
right. So this takes place in Woonsocket. This year's Memorial Observance will feature remarks by city officials and UVC, which is the United Veterans Council of Woonsocket President Joseph Gennaro, along with flag ceremonies conducted by members of the Woonsocket Police and Fire Department Honor Guard. And we will be broadcasting this observance on Monday, May 27th, live, beginning at 11 a.m. That's for Memorial Day. All right. Well, things just keep going on and on down in East Providence with the bridge. And now, just to add more fuel to the fire, there's a group that decided to buy some billboard space.
I heard, yeah.
And they bought some billboards that now criticize the Dan McKee's administration and the RIDOT. One of the billboards reads, quote, "If they had done their job, you'd be home already." And another one reads, "They knew in 2012. I'm like, this is quite the accusation.
Yeah, I think that's a big one.
Yeah. So, okay. So it's just, of course, now if you're going to be stuck in traffic and you keep reading that billboard, it's just going to be, it's going to steer you up like that. So now the billboards were paid for by the organization called Watchdog RI, which is chaired by Ken Block, who has run for governor in the past.
I thought he was running again.
Well, maybe he is. Maybe
Yeah.
that's his way
Oh,
of,
that's why he's doing.
maybe that's why he's doing this.
Whoops.
I haven't heard if he's running for governor
I thought
this fall.
Yeah, I don't know, but he has run in the past. I thought.
Yes.
I thought this was a campaign of his. That
Well, it doesn't say it's paid for by him.
no, it doesn't.
It's
I
paid
know.
for by this organization that he
Founded.
founded and runs. So it's not a political
No.
thing, or maybe Watchdog RI. I guess maybe it is.
I would say yes.
All right. You haven't run into any stuff yet. You haven't had to go over this bridge, have you, Ed?
No.
Down there. Oh, you're lucky.
We went over it when we went down to the Bristol home, but it was on a weekend.
Okay.
It was on a Sunday with no trouble. No
So
trouble.
not bad?
Back and forth, no trouble at all.
All right. Well, try rush hour and see.
Well, no,
See what happens.
I don't need to, so
Right.
I don't. No, and I, you know, I'm sure they're all very frustrated, and it must be
Yeah.
terrible and all. But and that, you know, that it was found that it was like that in 2012. But no matter what, if they found in 2012, they still would have had to close it down and fix it.
Well, yeah.
One would hope, or they could have ended up like in Baltimore.
All right.
In the
You-
river.
You don't want, you don't want
You
it
know.
falling in the bay.
Yeah, right, exactly. So no matter what, it would have been closed, but
Yeah.
it would have been then and not now.
So, what do you think? Do billboards stay up for a month? Is that? I remember having to buy
They
billboard
rent them, I
space.
think. Don't they rent the?
Well, you rent it, yeah.
You rent it. I don't know. Do you do a month? If you do,
I think it's
don't
I think it's
know.
by the month.
But what I think what I heard, the piece that I heard said they're going to keep changing it.
Changing the message.
But well, it's going to have the same tone, but they're
Yeah.
going to change it to a new message. They have
All right,
X
maybe
amount.
they-
They only have X amount of dollars left, and I don't remember what it was. But until the money runs out, they're going to do it.
Well, maybe they bought it for 6 months,
Perhaps.
and every month we'll change
Yeah,
something
yeah.
up. So, all right. What do you hear, Ed? Anything on the bridges go over to the Cape? Any craziness happening down there yet?
No, I haven't heard anything.
No. All right.
Everybody's
Memorial Day's
checking
coming.
bridges now, though.
Oh, I'm
Did you
sure.
notice? Everybody is paying attention to the bridges now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So remember that story a few months ago? It was the 14-year-old girl was accusing somebody on an airplane of filming her
In the back.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
bathroom.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
so
Yeah.
and it turns out that a former flight attendant was arrested, and he was accused of recording a video of her. He has pled not guilty. He's from North Carolina, Estes Thompson III. He appeared remotely in a Boston federal court yesterday, charged with attempted child exploitation and child porn possession. I guess he's down in North Carolina. Go to your lawyer's office and
Yeah.
get on a camera. All right. Prosecutors say they also found other lavatory recordings of underage girls when searching Thompson's phone after his arrest last September. Can't believe it was that long ago. Okay. If he's found guilty, 50 years in federal prison if he's convicted on all charges.
Wow.
So it's a long time.
Long time.
Doesn't say how old he is.
He didn't look very old. I saw a picture of him on the news.
in his
I
20s.
I would
if I
say.
remember correctly.
I would say probably less than 30
Okay.
or around 30.
He's actually pretty lucky because, from what I've read, and correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Ed, but the girl found the camera and went and told her father, who was also on the airplane. And somehow they kind of figured it out that they think it was this guy. And so the father goes to confront the flight attendant on the flight. And I'm like, I'm shocked that a fight did not break out on the flight. Was it JetBlue? Do you know?
I
Do you
thought
remember
it
the
was
airline?
I thought it was American, but
Okay, it could be.
I don't know.
It
I
was
don't
such
think
long
it was
ago.
JetBlue.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
No, it really doesn't. But I'm surprised that at least the father didn't throw a punch
Yeah.
or something like that, or maybe he thought better of it. If you start something on a fight,
You're
and this isn't the
going to go
guy,
to federal prison.
you're in,
right,
you're
yeah.
in real trouble
Yeah,
now.
right,
The-
exactly.
the marshals will be
Yeah.
waiting for you
Yeah.
at Logan.
Yeah.
Come with us, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So he pleaded not guilty yesterday. So I'm sure that'll go to trial at some point, or unless they come to some kind of an agreement. And the Karen Reed story keeps going on. The trial keeps going.
Yeah, and you know, it's
What do you think, Linda?
it's everywhere. But I was at this weekend. I was at a Skaters Cup skate. I wasn't skating, but I was working in the hospitality area for the whole weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and
Where?
in Concord,
Massachusetts?
Massachusetts.
Concord, Mass, okay.
And this one gal, she's one of the moms, and she's an attorney, and they're all talking about this trial.
Yeah.
So everybody's watching it on TV, and I'm like, my God, I forgot where this other person, because they came from Maryland, they were from all over, and I said, this is national.
Oh, yeah.
This is a national event. Everybody's talking about it. But
Oh, yeah.
anyway, so that just a sidebar.
Are you following it at all?
No, no.
Ed, you're following it, right?
Well, just
Little- a
what I
little
see
bit.
on the news.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ed and I were talking off here a little bit, and it's looking more and more like she might have been set up.
That's what this.
Is that what your people were
That's
saying
what they
too?
were saying, and especially
Yeah.
there were two attorneys, one that I know quite well, and the
All
other
right.
one was from wherever. But yeah, they seemed to say, sounded like she was set
She's
up.
getting
yeah.
she's getting framed. And,
Yeah.
And Ed and I we're coming to that conclusion as,
Yeah.
as well
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now. At least from what we can tell from the news stories.
Yeah.
That we
Yeah,
get. So-
right. It's hard to make a decision
Well, that's
based on
the thing.
a, you
Well,
know,
right.
a
If we're not there.
45-second news
Yeah.
clip, you know, but it's, you listen to it, I'm sure they're trying to point out the
Inconsistencies.
inconsistencies in,
Yeah.
in the story on the prosecution side.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they were saying too.
Have they gone over the part about the SUV and the part that it's not the injuries on O'Keefe are not consistent with being hit by a car?
That it's more like he was beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're. Yeah.
Have they got to that part in the trial though about the
I
car?
haven't heard. Well,
Wow.
I don't know I don't know the sequence that they've been reporting stuff, or how it's going in the court itself. you know,
Yeah.
just whatever they show on TV, you listen to it and you
Yeah,
say,
right.
you know, this is looking pretty fishy to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess she's got a very good lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's doing
Yeah.
well, and maybe they will. Maybe she will get off. Have you seen the people? I haven't seen them down in Rhode Island, but I have seen them in Massachusetts with the shirts that just say "Free Karen Reed."
Yeah.
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 Really? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've seen them outside with the signs.
I've
yeah.
seen them outside, but they're actual shirts, T-shirts that people are wearing, and I have seen one at Polo Park. Make it all the way to Worcester.
Really?
Yeah, it says and with the Free Karen Reed.
Yeah.
Like,
So
she's got a lot of support.
she does. She does. Yeah.
All right. So that's what's going on there.
And you know, it's hard to read it. You know, when they show her and the close up of her face, it's hard to read her.
Maybe she's
'Cause
been
she's
coached
looking-
that way
she's
to
like-
be stoic.
She's she's looking a little, you know.
All right. Don't
Well,
smile.
if she's innocent, she's been going through
Well, she's
a
been
lot
going through a
Yes.
the
lot.
last 2 or 3
Right,
years.
exactly.
You know, I don't
So
think
maybe
I would
that's
be
why.
up there
No, she's not.
looking. Yeah,
She's
yeah,
Happy?
right.
She's not.
It's not
too
like a
soon.
day at
Yeah.
Disneyland.
No, that's for sure. Yeah. We'll see.
Nobody smiles at Disney World, Ed.
We'll see. We'll
Actually, we
see.
do.
Yeah.
So it doesn't say in our story here, but have you heard, Ed, of how much longer the trial is going to last?
I've
Are
not
they
heard.
going?
No.
Okay. Because I haven't heard about when closing arguments are coming. Unlike Trump's case, closing arguments this week.
Yeah,
Is that a definite?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the
Do you see the polls? How he's ahead and
still, well, yeah. And I saw something online yesterday, and things you just forget about, and you go, oh yeah, and it was, and I don't know if the two are the same. Maybe I'm comparing apples to oranges here, but maybe I'm not. But didn't Bill Clinton pay? What's her name?
Monica.
Not Monica, the other one.
the other one.
Oh,
Paula. What was her name?
Monica keeps.
yeah, I think it was.
He
but,
paid,
Yeah, but that's while he was governor.
Okay, but all right. Well, wasn't it still hush money to keep her quiet? Here's 800,000. Don't say anything.
I don't.
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
It's
that,
always hush money.
yeah, really. That
Yeah.
that case never.
But he never went to trial.
No.
No.
Well, what's the difference? Am I missing something?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
Point well.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure there's been indiscretions on the part of a lot of politicians that we've not heard about, or
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Well, sure.
yeah,
Um,
because of the hush money.
Unless I've heard that the money used to pay her was taken from the wrong account.
Well,
I've also
I
heard
heard
that.
I
something
think
about that.
That's
but
from their campaign
for
fund. Yeah, I
campaign
think
funds
that.
would make it kind of illegal.
Illegal.
Right, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't use your campaign money for
All right.
so many things. That's
But-
a
but-
big one.
But Trump is going the opposite way, just saying this never even happened and he
Yeah.
didn't pay her. Yet Michael Cohen
yeah,
says, yeah, he ordered me to pay her. Isn't that what he testified?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, either way, I really don't think this is. If he is found guilty, if Trump is found guilty, I don't see it as jail time
No.
for something
No,
so
no.
ridiculous as this trial. So it's just more like,
You
okay,
may
you're
say,
guilty, pay
home
another fine.
confinement for so many days or whatever, something like that. I
Community
personally think
service.
you're going to end up with a hung jury.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Mistrial, huh? You think it'll be a mistrial?
Yeah, and they won't do it a second time.
No.
Well, why wouldn't
No,
they do
they
it a
wouldn't.
second time? That would be up to the AD.
This has
but-
been going on long enough.
Yeah.
that,
Well, I hope
you know,
so.
and if they have something like a hung, not a mistrial, but a hung jury where
Yeah.
they can't.
Well,
come
hung
up-
jury can make a mistrial, though. Doesn't it
Well-
lead to a mistrial?
I don't know if I don't know the technical term.
Yeah, I
A
think
hung
so.
jury
Yeah.
says if there's
Yeah.
one person, you know, that won't go along.
Won't
with
go
it,
along,
it's
right?
a hung
Yeah,
jury.
yeah.
I don't.
right.
I don't
Does it-
know. A
does it-
mistrial usually is a. I'm not even going to say.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Does it have to be unanimous amongst the jurors? Some
Well, yeah.
cases those have to be unanimous. Other cases it could be 7-5 or 8-4 or something like that.
I think this has to be unanimous.
Unanimous,
I mean, this
okay.
is not a civil
Yeah.
trial where the preponderance of evidence. You know, this is like it's going to a regular trial. Yeah.
Okay. Well, closing arguments this week, and then maybe we'll even have a verdict this week. Would that be nice? All right, time for a break here in the Coffee and program. More coming up, and time for the weather forecast. It's going to be nice this week. Thursday's a little iffy, though. And the weather forecast is being brought to you by Total Wine and More. Today, gradually becoming sunny with a high near 83. Southwest wind around 6 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, low around 58. Southwest wind 3 to 5 miles per hour. Wednesday's weather, sunny, high near 86. Wednesday night, mostly clear, low around 62. Thursday, chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly after 1 p.m. High will be near 87. Friday, mostly sunny, high near 83. Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, we have sunny skies and 70 degrees. Find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine and More. With so many bottles at the lowest prices, it's easy to find your favorite. Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Hi, I'm Kathleen LaValle at The Honey Shop. Check out our Facebook page at The Honey Shop RI, and there you'll see a whole list of our new classes and lots of fun things to do. You could join us for making limoncello, pizzas, pasta making, cheese making, so many fun things to do and learn.
Thanks, Kathy. Folks, if you love food, you'll love the Honey Shop, right behind the Dunkin' Donuts at Park Square in Woonsocket.
Delicious entrees, welcoming atmosphere, and a friendly staff where every seat feels like the best seat in the house. That describes River Falls Restaurant. The new owners invite you to come by and enjoy lunch or dinner. It's Tuesday, and that means it's Taco Tuesday at River Falls. And remember, the outdoor patio at River Falls will be opening soon in May. River Falls Restaurant on the banks of the Blackstone River, Market Square, Woonsocket. Make reservations by visiting riverfallscomplexri.com.
Hi, I'm Greg Bell, the host of When Radio Was.
I'm Mortimer.
Bill,
Is that you under that blindfold?
Bill, with this thing on, I can't see who I am.
No, I imagine not. Can't you see anything at all under that blindfold?
On a clear day, I can see the blindfold.
You can.
Yeah.
When Radio Was, shows from the past for today's imaginations.
When Radio Was airs Monday through Friday, right here on ON 1240 Radio at 11 a.m. and 11 p.m.
It's Coffee In here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan here with Ed Carew and Linda Tebow. And history was made last night with the Boston Red Sox.
Yes, Raphael.
Rafael
missed
Devers
it.
hit his 6th home run in 6 consecutive days.
Really?
He's the only Boston Red Sox player to do this. So when you think back, like Ted Williams and Carl Yastrzemski and Jim Rice and David Ortiz, among others, have not done this. They all did it 5 days in a row.
He did
Yep.
6. And see, we
6.
didn't watch
He's
that
on,
game.
He's on top of everybody else, all
I
by
like
himself.
him. I like him a lot.
And they won last night, which is great.
And they, they were way ahead. Yeah, when we
And they won
so
5-0. So that
5
was
to
good.
nothing.
And so they brought it up last night. Well, what's the major league record?
Wow.
8 games.
Really?
And a couple of people have it at 8.
8.
So, he's so close. But geez, the pressure.
Pressure's going to mount even
Yeah.
more.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to hit one today? You're going to be able to hit one today.
Yeah.
And so, but Rafael Devers, he's a little different than your normal ball player.
I like him.
He's
I've
usually
liked,
very calm.
yeah, and he talks to himself. Not,
yep.
not as much as he used to, but
Yeah.
he does, yeah.
So, if anyone could do it, it'd be him.
I'd
and,
love
and
to
maybe
saw
the
him.
pressure won't get to him.
Yeah.
And that would be great
Oh, that would be
to
awesome.
see him do this. So
Good.
Did you
No.
see that play he made last night? Did you watch the game?
I watched most of the game
He
last night.
made a play. He was beyond. It was between first and second. Fielded
Yeah,
a
he was-
ball
he
and
was way,
flipped
way
it
over.
back. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah,
I don't know how he
and
did
they
it.
got a double play out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I
amazing.
remember seeing that
Yeah.
play, and even the announcer's like, "Wow, yes, that was the third baseman that
Yeah,
started
wow.
that play,
See,
and
and
not
we
the
di- I-
shortstop." I was like,
And
"Wow."
we didn't watch it. We usually watch the games.
And
But good. Yay.
good for them.
Good.
And maybe they have turned the corner and
That would be
things
good.
are okay. And
Yeah.
and the pitching seems to did well last night, and
that's it,
the other players have stepped up. So we'll see where things go from here. I know they're third place, 6 games out of first, so not bad. I mean, it's still only May,
Right,
So,
yeah.
I thought they were in fourth place.
well, maybe it is
They're
fourth.
I think they're still half a game behind Tampa.
Are they okay?
Yeah.
And I hate games at Tropicana Field because you hit a ball up high.
Yeah,
It starts
you-
rattling around in the rafters.
yeah.
You're losing in the
Yeah.
circus tent.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
And they had a few that got popped up really high
Yeah.
again last night, and but they were able to catch it. The umpires had to they had to do something last night, and it's the first time I've seen this called. And there was a ball hit up the middle, and second baseman, I think it was Hamilton, threw the guy out at first. Well, the Tampa Bay challenged it, and they said no. Sorry, Raffaella. They said no. He was a shortstop. He was standing on the other side of second base. You can't do those shifts anymore.
Right.
And so he was really right up the middle. And they looked at it and got a call to New York. And they said, yep, he's not in the right place. So the out is nullified. The batter has to come back and keep hitting. However, you get penalized for not being in the right place. It's an extra ball.
Right.
And now that
So
made it ball
he had to
4.
walk.
Oh,
So
he
he
got
went back to
he
first
went
base.
back to first base
Yeah.
and walked down.
So, but
Yeah.
it took them a while to figure that out
Wow.
of who goes where
just
and,
because,
and what
yeah,
happened.
because they can't do that anymore.
You can't be.
Yeah.
It's all like 1 foot.
Yeah.
You could be standing up the middle, but his left foot couldn't be on this side of the base. It's part of the shift.
Oh.
And so they got it right. Yeah, you
Wow.
can't stand right there. And it was a great play because he ran over to where second base would be to get the ball. And so no, that's an illegal shift. Now
Oh,
in Major League
jeez.
Baseball, like
So
it
many
can't be done.
rules,
There's
huh?
a lot of new rules. Yeah.
Wow.
And the umpires have got to know them all. And it's difficult. And- but
As
they got
do
the good. They got
As
the
do
good
the
players.
players, right?
Yeah. And then and that was like a 5-minute delay because they tried to
Wow.
figure that out. And then
Jeez, we missed a lot.
yeah, and then the next guy up, he popped it up to Devers third base, and he was out. That was the end of the inning.
So you're out anyways.
Baseball's a funny game sometimes like
Yeah.
that. So so that was the fun at Tropicana Field last night. Great to see Raphael hit his 6th home run in 6
Yeah.
days. They
Wow.
play again tonight down at the Trop, and we'll
Yeah.
see if he
Have
can
to watch
do it
and
again.
Make sure we watch it.
Make sure you
tonight.
watch it tonight.
Yeah.
I like that the game starts early, 6:50.
6:50. Isn't
Yeah.
that great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it works
Yeah.
out well in case you want to, because the Celtics start tonight in their Eastern Conference Finals.
That's right.
Against the Indiana Pacers. Their game doesn't start till 8.
Yeah, they're getting. Yeah.
So And I've known people that are just, the semi quasi basketball fans, and they're saying is you only have to watch the last 5 minutes
Well,
of
they
a
think
basketball
about
game.
I hear that so much. You only have to watch the last.
The first,
of it, yeah.
the first half, you
Yeah,
don't even have to
yeah,
bother with it.
yeah.
And so you can watch the Red Sox, and then when that game's over, flip it over to the Celtics, and they'll
yeah.
probably be somewhere in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Just pick it up from there and watch the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So that works out nice. And did you hear last night, Ed, on the baseball game? I think it was Dave O'Brien asked 5 different people in the Tampa Rays organization, why do the games start at 6:50? Nobody knew.
Because they've always done it.
Because we've always done it this way.
That's why.
No one has a reason.
Right. No, because that
why.
they've always done it that way, and we'll keep doing it that way.
Now, it's funny, the Brockton Rocks, which is a collegiate baseball team now, all their games always started at 7-Eleven because they had a sponsorship from
okay,
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Okay,
All right,
that makes sense.
Makes sense.
That makes sense.
Of why you're
yeah.
starting at 7-Eleven, but they could not come up with a reason
Yeah.
for 6:50 is a good time to start the game. Not 6:45 and not 7 o'clock. You're right there in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But oh well.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. So, there was a body found on the Woonasquatucket River last week. 53-year-old man, and they don't believe foul play was a factor. That just came out with this morning's news.
No foul play.
No foul play in his death. They haven't said how he has died, but they are no word yet on the man's name or the cause of death of how he was found. So. Always got to look for a silver lining, and I guess no foul play is best. So that's good there. We have a father and son down in Warwick. They were both arrested in a drug investigation.
I saw that this morning.
The father-son team working together. They were in court. They'll be in court today, facing their charges that include possession of a controlled substance and conspiracy to violate drug law. 69-year-old father, 35-year-old son. Homeland Security and U.S. Customs and Border Patrol were also involved in the investigation. So something else is going on here.
Something big. So, yeah, when I saw the other agencies involved,
Yeah.
this is
Are you getting shipments in
Bigger-
from out of the
bigger than-
country?
yeah.
Or are you shipping out?
exactly something's.
Something big, a bigger is going on there. So, okay. So, all right. Other things that's going on. Oh, it's on the front page of today's Blackstone Valley Call-in-Times. I don't know about you. Heard about it last week. UMass Dartmouth had their graduation ceremonies, and the keynote speaker is a man I know. He doesn't really know me, but I used to work for him. His name is Rob Hale. He's an extremely rich man, extremely rich,
Oh,
and very smart. He started a company called Network Plus, and that ran for a couple of years, and it ran into some kind of financial trouble, and so it had to close. But then he started another phone company called Granite Telecommunications, which is thriving right now. And I work for both companies. So he was the keynote speaker, and he passed out envelopes to every undergrad. There were 1,100 undergrads, and in the envelope was $1,000 for each graduate student, each undergrad student. And his message to them was, here's $500 for yourself. Please, you don't have to, but please take the other 500 and give it to somebody that could use it, or an organization that you know could use it. It was to start their life of giving back. And I'm going to help you start what this feels like in case you've never done it. So he gave them all. This is $1 million. He just gave away.
Yeah.
By the way, that's to tell you how rich this guy is. I'm like, wow, what a generous offer.
Yeah.
And they said they could even, you could even give it to your classmate, and the classmate could give you back, the money back to you. So you get $1,000. But nice. What a nice graduation present
Well, that's
from
a
a
very
complete
nice
stranger.
graduation present, and a surprise too.
It was a surprise to them because they passed them out, and they said don't open them until the keynote speaker speaks. And that's when he got up to speak. He said, "Okay, open the envelopes." And I actually knew some. I didn't know them. A relative of mine had a person that was graduating, and so they were there at the graduation ceremony. And then as soon as you said open the envelopes, you could start to hear the shrieks and the screams coming up from the kids as they
Yeah.
found out what actually was in the envelope.
Wow.
And the big applause afterwards as well. So
That's awesome.
it was very, very nice of him. And Rob, like I said, Rob Hales is a very smart man, a very rich man. And like I said, I worked for him for a couple of years when he was CEO of Granite Telecommunications. Didn't have a lot of empathy though for his workers.
No.
No, and because we used to have Monday morning meetings every Monday, and he was upset with not everybody but a few people that were always chronically late. All right, and he couldn't understand why they were always chronically late, because in his eyes, he got in at 6 a.m. every day, and left at like 7. He put in a lot of hours, and he couldn't understand why. Not that they weren't getting in at 6, but why were they arriving late? And I'm sitting there thinking, well, Rob, you're incredibly rich. You have a very nice house on the South Shore. So he's married. He's got like 3 kids, I think. I said, I'm assuming your wife is a stay-at-home mom, and she's taking care of the kids to get them off to school. All you got to do is get up, get ready, and drive in. The amount of single parent moms that I worked with at Granite was astounding.
Really? Yeah.
I go, their life situation is so different from yours. They have to get their kids off to school. And what if there's an issue? What if the kid is sick? What if you miss the bus?
Yeah.
What if you forgot to pack the lunch? What a traffic. There's very little traffic at 6 a.m. as opposed to trying to get in between 8 and 9
Well, I'm sure.
in Quincy,
Yeah.
Massachusetts,
Yeah,
by the way.
yeah.
But he just couldn't see that big picture. That people, life happens, and you gotta have a little empathy. So, other than that, he's a very nice guy.
Well, I guess.
And he gave those money, and he always gave money to the Quincy YMCA, so they could keep building up and giving stuff for them. And he always gave a lot of money there. So he's a very philanthropic guy. So good for him. All right, we're going to take another break here on the Coffee Air program, and more coming up. So we ask you to please stick around.
You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate.
Hello once again, everyone. This is Dave Richards. I'm on the floor at the family discount furniture store now known as Coletta's Furniture. Why? Because Brad and Ryan Coletta have been running family discount furniture now for quite a number of years and become a great success in the area. Now, at their new location at 598 Wood Avenue, they got 2 huge floors of all kinds of furniture. What are we seeing in front of right now, Brad?
Dave, this is one of our leather collections that we brought in for this new location. We weren't able to run it at the other location due to size. So over here we have plenty of room. On the showroom now we have 100% top green leather sets and collections to choose from. Several, whether it's reclining sectionals, or just stationary sofa love seats. There's quite a selection of leather, which right now is trending and very popular.
Whether you like the latest stuff or the good traditional stuff, you'll find it at the Family Discount Furniture Store, now known as Coletta's Furniture, 598 Wood Avenue in Woonsocket.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
And it's Coffee and here on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. This is Joe Callahan here with Linda Tebow and Ed Carew. Now, Ed, you got to think back to your grocery days, okay?
Okay.
Did you ever do this?
No.
I'm going to say no, too. Did you ever sell a pineapple for $395?
No.
Oh, my.
I don't know why you didn't do this, but a Southern California grocer is selling a luxury pineapple for that amount of money. The Ruby Glow pineapple, and Ruby is a capital R, the Ruby Glow pineapple sells for $395 at Melissa's Produce. Only a few thousand of these pinkish red designer pineapples are produced each year by Fresh Del Monte. The Ruby Glow is a result of 15 years of research and experimentation. So it's a pink pineapple instead of yellow. I wonder what it tastes like. And how can they tell the difference between one and the other? I don't know, but $3.95 for one. No?
No. No. No.
Don't want to buy it?
No, I don't think so.
No, okay.
No. I like the run-of-the-mill pineapple.
Have you ever had fresh pineapple?
Yeah.
Not out of the can?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's
Oh,
wonderful.
fresh is
It's
awesome.
awesome.
That's
Yeah.
good.
It's
Yeah.
they cut off the husk.
Yeah, yeah.
And here
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
this is
awesome.
this is a
Yeah.
big difference.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, no word on whether or not anybody bought these, but this is what they're for sale. So
They must sell.
$3.90. Someone must be buying it
Yeah.
at $3.95. All right. New survey says Americans still say real estate is the best long-term investment as of 2024. Ed may not agree with
Does-
that, but
does that
that's up to-
agree?
you may not. You don't even have to answer if you don't want to, Ed. A new Gallup survey shows it's the 12th year in a row that respondents ranked real estate as the top long-term investment. At 36% of those asking so, although the numbers has gone down compared to a few years ago. Stocks and gold follow real estate in the survey. Not surprising on that one. So. All right, so that's
Not crypto?
not yet. No. Give it a couple of more years, Ed. I've seen crypto ATM machines.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm trying to remember where I've seen them.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you go to Las Vegas lately?
No. I thought I saw it at like a Cumberland Farms.
Really?
But I could be wrong. I must be wrong on that. There's a real ATM machine in the Cumberland Farms, usually with a sign on it that says it doesn't work. Where did I see I can't remember where I saw the crypto ATM machine. So they're out there somewhere. No, I haven't been to Vegas in a while. All right, a couple of they tried to set a couple of world records over the past weekend. One in Garrison, North Dakota, and the other in Kyle, Texas. And the one in North Dakota, they set a new world record. And they're celebrating the 50th anniversary of Fort Stephenson State Park out there. All right? And the world record they set was it's the site of the most people making s'mores at a single location. The previous record was 891 people.
Wow.
All making s'mores.
That's a lot of s'mores.
This one in North Dakota drew 1,150 people.
Wow.
All making s'mores.
Those are so good.
Aren't s'mores great?
I love them.
I love them too. I
So,
love them.
and there was a representative from Guinness World Records. Yep, that's the right number. So they win.
Yay.
New Guinness World Record.
Wow.
Of the most people making s'mores at one time. Fort Stephenson in North Dakota. Now, not so good news in Kyle, Texas. They were trying to break the record. They asked if your first name is Kyle to please come to Kyle, Texas, so we can have the most number of Kyles in one area. And they missed it. Let's see, they tried to break this record. And the Kyle Fair Texas Travaganza needed to see over 2,000 Kyles come to that town. They fell short. They came up with about 1,500. So right now, the record still stands with a town in Bosnia and Herzegovina. In 2017, they had close to 2,000 Ivans, all in one spot.
Ivans.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a rugged name.
Yep. But
That's
they all.
terrible.
I know.
Oh, jeez. But you try to break. If you're gonna break a world record, you always try to break something easy, and that seemed rather easy. Can we get 2,000 people named Kyle to show up in one area? Of course, I don't know where Kyle, Texas
I was
is.
going to do you want to go to Kyle?
I don't know.
Tech, you know?
Is it near Dallas? Is it near
I
Houston?
don't have a clue.
Is it near San Antonio?
I don't even know anyone named Kyle.
See, that's the other issue.
You could have probably gotten 2,000 Roberts or something,
Yeah, a name that's, a
Yeah,
Bob
you know.
or a John. Or
Yeah. But that's the name of the town. So
I know,
that's
I
what
know,
that's
but-
what they went with.
I
So,
know.
but where is Kyle, Texas, in relation to the big cities?
I have not a clue.
I don't know.
Not a clue.
And if you ever been to Texas, it's big.
Well, yeah, it is. I have been to Texas, and
Days
yes, it
and
is
days to
very
drive
big,
across that,
very
so-
big. Yes.
So if it's not near any kind of good tourist thing to do, you're
No,
not going to get
you're not
a
gonna
lot of
go
Kyles
there.
to show
Yeah.
up.
Unless you wanted to see all those Kyles. Then that might be a little fun.
All right. Weird story out of California. Surprise, surprise. In San Diego, police are searching for a man who allegedly broke into a house in San Diego, started taking off his clothes, and then asking the people for Bibles.
Oh, my.
Isn't that bizarre? The break-in happened early Saturday morning. The homeowner, who only wanted to be identified as Carol, was home with her 92-year-old mother. She tells the TV news after confronting the man and asking him to leave, the man began asking rambling questions. When she stepped away to retrieve some Bibles, she had some, and was going to give it to him if you're going to leave, and returned, the man began getting undressed. Soon after, the police arrived and announced they were entering the house. The man then slipped out of the house, and police are reviewing a neighbor's surveillance footage. Anyone with information is asked to contact the San Diego Police Department. He got away. He went out the back door. They didn't think to look back.
He had no clothes yet to run.
Well, and it was dark. Maybe it was dark, and we
was
can't see him.
Streaking.
I need some Bibles, and she had some. Most. If you would say the majority of people that have a Bible in the house, they probably only have one. It says he returned, went and got a few. You never know, I guess, when you're gonna need a couple.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
that is all right. Bizarre. Another bizarre one. We'll keep it in California. All right. In Los Angeles, a man. This one they did catch. All right. A man is behind bars on suspicion of stealing a Los Angeles Police Department cruiser. And here's the caveat: the officer was still inside the cruiser.
Oh my God. That's kidnapping, isn't it?
Well, that's one of the charges
That's
now.
one of the charges.
But imagine being that police officer getting back to the station with the buddies back there.
Oh, I bet they're gonna.
Police say the officer, who was targeted early Sunday morning, was ejected from the SUV as the man sped off. Okay, they didn't.
Yeah.
The officer fell onto the road. The man then hit two cars and a pole a few blocks away. Tried to run away, but was quickly caught and arrested. Several people, including the officer, were injured when they were but they are all expected to survive. So I guess he's in the passenger seat, filling out something, maybe not paying attention, and they all keep the car going whenever they stop at whatever they've stopped at. So someone just quickly hops. Maybe he thought it was another cop too. Hops in, puts it in drive, and goes, and then notices that's not a police officer. Whoops. And maybe his door was open.
Yeah.
And just no seatbelt on it. So we get out of here, out of this.
Oh my.
This is not a good situation for me at all. So maybe they won't give him too much business when he gets over his injuries and gets back to the police station. But the headline is funny that you shouldn't steal a car anyway, and you really shouldn't steal a cruiser. But shouldn't you look in the car to see if the police are in the car?
That would make sense.
You would think so. And
But people that do those things don't have a lot of sense.
well, I guess not.
They're not, don't have a lot of common sense.
But I'm just thinking, you'd pick up the if the cop is in the passenger seat, you could just pick up the radio. All right, someone has stolen the car and I'm in the passenger seat, and we're on Route 95, and we're going south. It would be embarrassing, and could someone come help me? kind of thing.
He's got a gun.
Yeah, I would say that. I would
He's
take out the gun and
carrying
say,
you, right?
pull over.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah.
So what are you going to do, shoot me?
Should we crash the car? Well, yeah, you don't want to do
well,
that. So.
he's got a gun. Yeah. And a taser too, then. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you tase him, it might knock him out.
This
and
is
then
true.
you're going to
Then
crash the car again.
You're going to crash the car again.
And he crashed the car anyway. Into
So
a
there
couple
you
of cars
go.
at a pole. So who knows what he was on when he hopped in to take off. So
He will be the butt of jokes for a very long time.
I believe so. He'll be giving you a little award.
Oh, yeah.
Who else
yeah.
has had their cruiser stolen lately?
Exactly.
Oh,
With them in it.
John, it's
Yeah.
still you. All right, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening in. Ed Crew, thanks for coming in.
Always a pleasure. And
What's the new address?
New address, 2190 Mendon Road, Cumberland, Rhode Island. Come on down.
All
Or
right.
up, or whichever direction.
Whichever way it's best for you.
Yeah.
All right, and Linda Tebow, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure. And remember what Memorial Day is all about. It's not just about barbecues and outdoor parties. It's to remember those that have lost their lives in service to our country.
Yes.
Very good. Thank
Be
you,
safe.
Linda. All right, and this is Joe Callahan. Have yourself a great day. Stay tuned for Blackstone Valley Prevention Coalition with Lisa Casavero next on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now